I am so excited about today's video because it's Valentine's Day. We're gonna be doing a reading vlog and talking all about the recent romance books that I have finished. Luna is just straight up chilling over here. She's got her dental chew and she's just hanging out. Look at that tail. So cute. I want to share a few clips from a Valentine's book club that I went to. The theme was A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I absolutely love that series. It's an adult fantasy romance that is just incredible. It was so much fun. We had delicious snacks and festive drinks that were champagne, edible pink glitter, frosting on the rim of the glasses, and cotton candy. Overall, it was such a fun night just being able to hang out with some of my girlfriends and discussing the book series. There are 4 different books that I want to talk about today, so let's get into this reading vlog. With Valentine's Day coming up, I have really wanted to get into the romantic spirit, so I picked up some cute romance novels to read. Oh, and by the way, I am currently in a hotel room. I am in Costa Rica. I really wanted to read this one by Ali Hazelwood because she wrote The Love Hypothesis, and I just thought that book was adorable, so I'm really excited to keep reading this one. I believe I am 50 pages in. Okay. I am 52 pages in now. So far, my thoughts on this book are it's not as captivating and as good as The Love Hypothesis yet, but then again, I'm only 50 pages in, so I can't really judge it, but it is really cute, lighthearted, and definitely feels like a good palate cleanse kind of book because I feel like the books that I have been reading, and I will be talking about a different romance duet that I read recently. Anyways, those books and a few of the other ones that I've been reading lately have just felt really intense, and I just kind of needed like a chick flick. Also, can we just quickly talk about how gorgeous this bookmark is? My friend Leah gave this to me a while ago, and I think it is just very fitting given the Valentine's theme of this video. And the back is unfortunately fading where she wrote this quote, but it said, "Reading gives us a place to go when we have to stay where we are." I think that is just so true because what I love the most about reading and about books is you can be sitting in a hotel room or your house or outside, and you can be reading a book that will transport you to a whole other destination, world, city, country, place, and it is just incredible. But I do need to get dressed now so I can go work some flights, and then I will talk to you guys more about this book later. Alright, you guys, so it has been a few days. I apologize that I didn't vlog much while I was reading this book, but I did finish this yesterday, and I wasn't vlogging because I caught a stomach bug and I was sick all day yesterday, and I'm pretty sure you guys do not want a vlog of me throwing up and stuck in the bathroom because that is disgusting. And I just feel like crap. Today I am feeling a little bit better though. I was finally able to keep down some small things like applesauce, bread, and I had a banana this morning, and I did just order a bread bowl of chicken and wild rice soup from Panera Bread to be delivered here, so I'm really hoping that I can eat that because I definitely need some calories in me. I am feeling exhausted from not eating and being sick, but I do want to talk to you guys about this book. I gave it 3.5 stars, and in a few minutes I will give you the reason why. But I do feel like I want to get outside and just get some fresh air, so I think I will take this girl with me. Hi, Luna. You are just so cute, Miss Floofer. Okay, very quick review of Love on the Brain. I went into reading this book with very high expectations because The Love Hypothesis was so good, and this one just really fell flat for me, and it was definitely a miss. There were parts of it that I enjoyed, but as a whole, I didn't really like this book, but that doesn't mean that you won't love it. It just wasn't for me. The book is about this girl, B, and she gets a job working for NASA, and the trope is enemies to lovers, and the romantic interest is this guy named Levi who also works at NASA. What really frustrated me about this book was just how dang slow it was. It took 70% of the way through reading it to finally get into some actual romance. I did enjoy the banter between B and Levi, the 2 main characters, and it was also awesome reading about a woman working in STEM. But other than that, it was just not a page turner for me, and yeah. on the beach in Cancun, Mexico, and I woke up for sunrise, and you guys, it was beautiful. I'm having the time of my life. It's so peaceful out here, and I just started this book, Love and Other Words. Well, I didn't just start it. I started it yesterday. I'm actually already 30% of the way done because I am flying through this book. It is adorable. It is so sweet. Oh my gosh, my heart. It's just so beautifully written, and I'm already in love with this book, and I'm not even halfway done with it yet. Elliot and Macy, they're just so cute. And also, I love reading books about other people who love to read because it just makes me feel seen, and especially reading the parts where they were reading so much together as teenagers. Like, oh, my heart. It's just so sweet. This book follows Macy, who is working as a pediatric resident, and the love interest Elliot, who have somehow both found their way back to San Francisco. The trope is childhood friends to lovers. It's dual timeline, so the story switches between them being teenagers and them as adults trying to navigate their relationship. They did have a big falling out as teenagers, and they hadn't seen or spoken to each other in 11 years, except one day at a random coffee shop they happened to see each other again as adults, and from there we see their whole story unfold. This book was absolutely a win for me. It is so beautifully written. If I could give this book 6 stars, I would. It's just such a warm, feel-good, cozy read, and the writing is so elegant. The chapters are short and easy to read, so that makes it pretty easy to follow along with the story. I highly recommend this book. I will never not recommend this book to anyone. It is probably my new favorite book of all time. If you didn't believe in soulmates, read this. It will change your mind. The next 2 books I want to talk about, I read these before I decided to start this second channel, so I don't have any reading footage from my reactions of the book, but what I can tell you right now is this romance duet was so good. Book 1 is called The Confidence of Wildflowers, and book 2 is called The Resurrection of Wildflowers, and let me just say, these books are a roller coaster of emotions. I absolutely would not recommend this book for anyone under the age of 18. There are trigger warnings in the beginning of each book that have to do with death and grief and childhood trauma, and I would highly recommend checking that out before you decide to read this book. Make sure that you are in a good headspace. It's a romance that follows Salem and Thayer. Those are the 2 main characters. It's an age gap romance, and it is just about how they're both navigating their lives and how they are just intertwined and soulmates. There's a lot of drama and a lot of trauma and just a lot of crazy stuff that happens within these 2 books. These books are raw and sad and real, and they will make you think. That's why I gave this duet 5 stars on Goodreads, because there's a lot of mixed emotions about this book. Some people hate the series, some people love it. I loved it because it actually made me feel things. It made me cry, it made me want to throw up, it made me just think. Like, I am still thinking about these characters almost a month later. I had to go grab these because I went to Costco today and I just had to pick up these 2 books that I saw. And listen, do I still have books on my bookshelf that I have not read yet? Yes. Do I still have books on my Kindle that I have not read yet? Yes. Is that gonna stop me from buying new books when I see them and I want them? No, absolutely not. Okay, so you guys know how much I loved Love and Other Words, and this was by Christina Lauren. So when I saw this book at Costco, also by Christina Lauren, I don't even know what it's about. I just immediately picked it up because I loved that, so I would love to read more about this author. And also, I didn't even realize, but it's 2 people. They're like, I think, best friends who write books together. And I thought Christina Lauren was one singular person, but it's actually 2 women. So I think that's really cool. The back says, growing up, the daughter of notorious and notoriously absent treasure hunter Duke Wilder left Lily without much patience for the profession or much money in the bank, using Duke's hand-drawn maps to guide tourists on treasure hunts throughout the canyons of Utah. Pays the bills, but it isn't enough to buy back the beloved ranch her father sold years ago, and is definitely not enough to deal with the sight of her first love walking back into her life with a motley crew of friends ready to hit the trails. Leo Grady knew mirages were a thing in the desert when the silhouette of his greatest regret comes into focus in the flickering light of the campfire. Leo realizes he wants nothing more than to reconnect with his first and only love. Unfortunately, Lily draws a clear line in the sand. It's never going to happen. We'll see. But when the routine trip goes completely sideways, though, the group wonders if maybe the legend of the hidden treasure wasn't a gimmick after all. Alone under the stars in the isolated and dangerous mazes of the Canyonlands, Leo and Lily must decide whether they'll risk their lives and hearts on the adventure of a lifetime. Okay, so that sounds interesting. A little drama, a little travel, and some romantic comedy. So that will be really fun. And then I also picked up this book, Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I have never read this author before. Okay, so apparently she is a New York Times best-selling author and also a TikTok favorite. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I got this book because this is a new release and I didn't even realize that. It was released on February 7th of this year. So I can't believe Costco already had it, but that's great. Okay, so Secretly Yours, it is about Hallie Welch fell hard for Julian Voss at 14 after they almost kissed in the dark vineyards of his family's winery. Now the prodigal hottie has returned to their small town. When Hallie is hired to revamp the gardens of the Voss estate, she wonders if she'll finally get that smooch. But the grumpy professor isn't the teenager she remembers, and their polar opposite personalities clash spectacularly. One wine-fueled girls' night later, Hallie can't shake the sense that she did something reckless. And then she remembers that drunken secret admirer letter she left for Julian. Oh crap. Okay, that's funny. This sounds like it's just gonna be like a really cute rom-com easy read. The reason I picked these up was not only because Costco had them, but also I wanted some more romance books to read in lieu of Valentine's Day. So I want you all to let me know in the comments below what romance books you recommend. Have you read any of these that I've read and what did you think of them? This was so much fun for me to film. I can't wait to keep making reading vlogs. So if you did like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because I would love to see you again in future videos. I hope that you all are having a fabulous day. Thanks again for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye.